All right, good Thursday morning. It is February 12th, 2026. You're listening to the PNW Today radio program streaming on WJOB, JED TV, and JED TV podcast. Wherever it is that you're tuning in from, we're happy to have you along with us. My name is Cale Wilk, and I serve as the Media and Communications Specialist in the Office of Marketing and Communications. And to go ahead and kick off today's segment, we're going to be talking about the PNW Alumni Hall of Fame. And there's a couple great guests that are going to be here to help talk about what we have to look forward to in celebrating some of our very standout alumni. So to my immediate right, it's only been just a few weeks, but hey, Katie Holderby is back in the studio, our Director of Alumni Engagement. Katie, thank you so much for being here again early on a Thursday morning.
Good morning, Cale.
And we have one of our esteemed alumni, Spencer Summers. A bunch of folks know Spencer around Northwest Indiana. So Spencer is an alum from 2022 and 2023 with his bachelor's and master's degrees from PNW, and he is the Economic and Business Development Manager at Northern Indiana Public Service Company, otherwise known as NIPSCO. Spencer, thank you so much for being here to join us on the PNW Today program.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So before we dive into our topic here, I'm just going to shout out a few highlights and some upcoming events for PNW. If you are a student, a high school student that is curious to learn more about Purdue University Northwest, we have a number of admissions events that are going to be happening during this spring semester. So if you want to go to pnw.edu/preview and you want to mark your calendar, there's a number of great events that are coming up where you can go ahead and come visit us at the campuses at Purdue University Northwest. Go ahead and connect with our admissions and financial aid staff members, as well as some of our faculty and staff members that are a part of our various programs. So coming up actually on Monday, February 16th, we're going to be having our Preview PNW Spotlight for the College of Engineering and Sciences. So if you're interested in learning more about our wonderful academic programs in that college, again, go to pnw.edu/preview and you can see the full listing of all those different events that are going to be coming up this spring semester. And of course, we also want to be able to highlight that, hey, it's February and the year just started, but through our partners at the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles, the PNW Specialty Recognition Group license plate is available for Indiana motorists. So if the next time that you're ready to go ahead and register, renew your license plate, you can go ahead and select a Purdue University Northwest Specialty Group Recognition license plate. And we highly encourage that because with your, when you reserve that plate, $25 of that purchase goes directly to supporting scholarships for PNW students. And of course, you get to ride around showing off your support and your spirit for Purdue University Northwest. If you go to pnw.edu/license-plate, that's where you can find out more information on that. We also love to be able to shout out our friends in athletics. So we got some hockey news. So let's go ahead and just give a quick shout out. Our ACHA Division II hockey team, first time in history, has qualified for the ACHA Division II Central Regionals. So congratulations to our ACHA D2 men's ice hockey team. They are going to be the number 8 seed, and they're going to begin their postseason journey on February 20th. And if you want to go ahead and catch our ACHA D1 men's ice hockey team, they've got a final regular season home game. They're going to be hosting Roosevelt February 13th at 7:30 p.m. at the Cube. For more information, pnwathletics.com. That's where you can find out all about our athletics teams. And one last thing that I want to go ahead and shout out. So recently, U.S. News and World Report published their best online programs rankings, and we have a couple of programs through our College of Nursing that were nationally recognized. So our RN to BSM program was the 38th best online bachelor's program in the nation, and our online Master's of Science in Nursing was 88th nationally among 209 surveyed programs. And these programs are really great if you're a professional that's looking to earn your next credential to elevate your career, because they offer great flexibility and value for your pathway, again, as you're a working professional. So if you want to learn more information, go to pnw.edu/nursing-online. Okay. That's all that I wanted to make sure that I shouted out quickly. Again, we are talking about the PNW Alumni Hall of Fame to go ahead and open up the program here. And joining us to explain more about that, we have Katie Holderby, our Director of Alumni Engagement, and one of this year's award winners for 2026, Spencer Summers. So to go ahead and start out, Katie, how about give us an overview about what the PNW Alumni Hall of Fame is?
We are in our 5th year of the Hall of Fame. It recognizes our outstanding PNW alumni and what they represent with their time, talent, and treasure. They are distinguished graduates from across the history of the university's campuses in Hammond and in Westville. We seek nominations of alumni who are high-achieving leaders in their fields, involved members of their community, and who have engaged with PNW well beyond their time as students at the university. This year, we'll be recognizing our 10th Hall of Fame inductee. His name is Dino Yankees. He's grew up in the region, and he graduated from PNW and the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. I think it had a different name back then, but I'm not sure what it was. But he's been a wonderful supporter of the College of Business and the School of Hospitality.
Yeah, and certainly for anybody that recognizes that name, Dino Yankees, formerly of White Lodging, one of those very impactful entities for Northwest Indiana and beyond, of course. And so tell us a little bit about when we recognize several standout alumni with the Alumni Hall of Fame. We have those who are inductees, and we also have some additional award winners. So break it down for us what the difference is there.
Yeah, so Dino is going to be our Hall of Fame inductee this year. Like I mentioned, he's the 10th one to that class. But last year, we started our Alumni Awards, and we recognized 3 outstanding alumni in the community. It included Emerging Leader and the Pride of PNW and Campus Pride. So this year we have 3 additional Alumni Award winners, and those winners or inductees will be, we'll end with Spencer, but we'll start with Pride of PNW. Ryan Elankowski, he's the president and CEO of Meals on Wheels. Erin Protzman, she's a faculty member at PNW and communications. And last but not least, we have Spencer Summers, our emerging leader that recognizes an alumni that is under 35 and has done some outstanding things in his short professional career, but he has a long ways to go.
Absolutely. Well, and we're going to get into some of Spencer's background here during this part of the show, but just to start out, Spencer, how does it feel to be recognized with this award?
Yeah, thank you again for having me this morning. It's such an honor. I mean, there are so many alumni that walk out the doors of Purdue Northwest every year that are doing amazing things. It's an honor to be recognized and to stand on stage with 3 others that are doing amazing, very respectable work in their fields. I think if I could do half of what they've been able to achieve in their career, I'd be lucky. But we're lucky to do the work we do every day at NIPSCO, working to attract organizations to the 32 counties that we serve, and really create high wage job opportunities for the people that live there. And so every day, wake up motivated to tell the story of our region and create those job opportunities, and hopefully create some generational wealth for the people that live here.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for sharing a little bit about that, Spencer. So, Katie, as you were saying and giving the description about what the PNW Alumni Hall of Fame helps do in recognizing different characters and their impact that they have had, what can you share about what that impact means, not only for the university, but for Northwest Indiana? Give us a little bit of an idea about what the magnitude is of their impact.
Well, if we look at some of our past inductees, and Spencer mentioned, I mean, these are individuals who have just, done outstanding things in different ways. They're all different, which is great because we have a diverse group of individuals. They contribute their time, talent, and treasure. They improve our communities, whether it is Northwest Indiana or wherever they are now. Just to talk about some past inductees, Dave Roberts, he was our first inductee in 2022. As we drive up Indianapolis Boulevard, we see the Roberts Impact Lab, which is going to be in North Hammond, or actually it is in North Hammond now, up north. once again, he's done outstanding things in his field. Diane Schneider, she's a past inductee as well. Some people, hopefully a lot of people recognize her name. She was she was the first female judge of the Civil Division of the Lake Superior Court, Diane. And Jeff Strack, a name that we all recognize if we live in the region, Strack and Van Til. He's certainly given his time, talent, and treasure to our community as well as Purdue Northwest. So those are just some examples of some outstanding alumni that we've recognized over the past 5 years.
Absolutely. And again, we're really proud that they have emerged from our campus community to, like you said, either they decide to focus in on contributing to Northwest Indiana, or they take their talents beyond our area, but they never forget their roots. And in various capacities, some of them serve on advisory boards. They make generous gifts to the university occasionally, and we're very appreciative for all the different various ways, like you said, their time, talent, and their treasure.
They're supportive of PNW, our students, and our campus in all different ways. And once again, that's one of the things that is impressive. We have a diverse group of inductees, and they really have contributed in many different ways to PNW.
Yeah. And so when we talk about, what does that mean for PNW students? So just to give a visualization for our audience. So if you visit the Student Union and Library building on our Hammond campus, we do have a wall in the first floor concourse that does have plaques of our past inductees. So when there's students that are coming through campus or other visitors that come to us, they're able to see some of those standout characters, and they can say, oh, yeah, wow, look at the great things that these different people were able to do, and they emerged from Purdue Northwest.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I think that sometimes we don't recognize those outstanding individuals unless we take the time to learn more about them. And as you mentioned, we recognize our Hall of Fame inductees in the Student Union and Library building on the first floor, and it's right across from the Pride Cafe, our cafeteria, where many students are in and out of all day long. Also, as parents and family members are touring the campus, they're able to stop by and see the wall and learn more about those individuals. It's impressive.
Mm-hmm. And they have great examples to be able to say, okay, what do I want to go ahead and aspire to be? Or who do I want to aspire to be? Kind of like what Spencer was saying. I know Spencer's being modest, right? Saying do half the things, but we know that his trajectory is it's off to a good start, right?
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and get into your story, Spencer. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how it is that you came to Purdue University Northwest, and what it is that you were looking for with your student experience.
Sure, yeah. So I was born and raised in Northwest Indiana in Valparaiso, and worked at a sports complex until my senior year of high school, and past that. But my senior year, it was early April, and I hadn't made a decision on where I was going to college in the next couple of months, and I knew I think by that point, if you haven't figured it out, you better figure it out quick, right? I got a call from the owner of the sports complex on a Friday morning, and he said, "Hey, our league director left, and we have leagues that start Monday that we need to put together." So at that moment, I was like, "All right, this is a great opportunity for me to step into this role," and I did that for the next 3 years. But again, in April of senior year of high school, PNW was already high on my list. I elected to go there and sat down with my advisor there, leading into it, and my first from walking in the door, my first experience was phenomenal. She was incredible and was all the questions. Do you have any dual credit courses? I'm like, well, I think I might have a couple. I don't know. I think I signed up for something with Ball State a couple of years ago, and she's like, well, just send all your transcripts to me. I'm like, all right, I can do that. And so we got together a week later, and she's like, so you're a sophomore in college. You're walking in with over 30 credits, and she worked for over an hour to figure out, like, okay, it's quite the matrix. We're offering these classes here, and so you need to take this here, and so really allowed me to step in and finish the undergrad program in just over 3 years in management and human resources, all the while I was working at the sports complex. And just before that, just before I graduated, one of the former employees for Heather Ennis at the Northwest Indiana Forum, Joe Rurode, who held a role that I just recently departed from, was like, hey, you need to meet Heather. She's a awesome leader in Northwest Indiana. She's incredible, and I think she would be a good advocate for you. And they have a role open. So I had the chance to sit down and interview with Heather and Katie Holderby, who was at the forum at the time. And a couple days later, they gave me an opportunity to step into a marketing role there. And so I didn't really know what my career would look like, but I knew, after just completing my undergrad course, it made sense to go back to somewhere I was familiar with amazing professors like PNW. And so that's what I did. I enrolled in the master's program, and poor Professor Shamala, she had me 6 times throughout the course of 4 years, but it was just, it felt like home, right? And it's a great foundation with amazing people around you. And I think the more, the community that is built in the classroom is incredible, and still people that I know, and several that I'm still connected with today. So that's kind of my, lead into the university. I served with the Northwest Indiana Forum for about 6 months in that marketing role. Katie and I, my first experience was planning an event with Governor Eric Holcomb and Congressman Frank Mervan, and it was a shock to me, right? Like, it was just bigger than myself, and very cool at the time. And so I had a chance to step into the economic development role that following March, and sort of took off running. The forum gave me the tools to be successful, and with my background in education at PNW, it really it just came, and it was great. So, and then in December this year, Rick Kalinsky at NIPSCO and the NIPSCO team, incredible
a PNW
team,
alumni.
a PNW alumni, and great leader in Northwest Indiana as well. He gave me a chance to join his team as an economic development manager there, covering all 32 counties, and that's where we're at today. So. It feels like 2 or 3 different careers in 8 years, but it's been fast and fun, and I'm so grateful for everyone at PNW, the amazing professors. I mean, it really laid a really, really strong foundation for me.
How do you think your education at PNW, both your undergrad and receiving your MBA, prepared you for this role at NIPSCO? Because you did have a very rapid trajectory.
It's pretty quick.
and I know that Heather and the staff at the forum helped you, along with others, in economic development. But so how did PNW prepare you for that?
Yeah, well, I think you come in from high school and you have sort of a large range of knowledge, but not anything too in depth, right? So I mentioned Deanne Shamala, but she really taught some amazing accounting principles that I use every single day in our budget creation and utilization of funds, and ensuring that that everything is balanced. And there are a lot of things through the way that all of the HR courses, all of the management courses were incredible in again laying that foundation of strong decision making that then I utilize every single day. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being able to share that. And it's sort of to piggyback off that question, Spencer, you're a very talented person, and you decided I want to go ahead and focus my energy on serving my community in different ways. So what inspired you to decide to remain in Northwest Indiana and continue serving the communities that raised you?
Yeah, I love Northwest Indiana. I love everything that's here. I mean, what isn't to love, right? We're just outside of the city of Chicago. We can take advantage of those amenities, and on top of that, we have beautiful natural resources that we spend a lot of time at on the weekend. And I just think that there's incredible opportunities here that we can continue to improve upon, and so that's really the root of it. My family is here still, and so we get a chance to see each other so much more than if I were to move across the country. And I just think that this is a special place, and so being able to continue to invest and continue to partner with folks like yourselves, and again, like last Thursday night, right? We were at PNW at the main event. That Katie's doing a great job of running alumni events and all the things that you do, and it was so cool to walk into a room of a community of 300 people. Like, it was impressive. and be able to experience a hockey game in Northwest Indiana with them at a very high level and be a part of that community.
And they won.
And they won.
2-0 shutout, and they needed that one. That was a good one. So looking forward a bit, again, we are really excited to be celebrating you later this. I was saying technically it might be in the season of spring, but we'll say summer in the casual sense at our 10th anniversary gala. And if you don't mind, as was the young kids say, gas you up a bit, Spencer, you are. Recognized by the Northwest Indiana Times as a 20 under 40 recipient. You've been recognized by the Crossroads Chamber as an up-and-coming leader. Now you've got another trophy, so to speak, to go ahead and put on the rack here. So the trajectory is very impressive so far. Nowhere to go but up, right?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's a culmination of the leadership of my parents and the leadership of all of the employers that I've had the chance to serve, as well as the university that's instilled in me. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So what would you say to a prospective student who was considering attending Purdue University Northwest, or even soon-to-be graduate who is looking to enter the first step of their career? What advice would you give them?
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, it's a world-class education at a fraction of the price, right? You have a chance to potentially live at home if that's an option for you. Live on campus. You're building a beautiful dorm that I'm excited to see open. Sorry if I jumped ahead there, if you're going to chat about that. But, I think that the university is incredible. Again, world-class, and you have an opportunity to work and build some professional experience as well as attending classes and really make it your own. Be a part of events on campus and really get the full college experience, but build upon some success in a professional level as well if you choose to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for those great words, Spencer. We really appreciate that. And so, Katie, go ahead and tell us a bit about what we are going to be looking forward to with our 10th anniversary gala.
Yes, our 10th anniversary gala will be held on Friday, May the 29th at the Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. We're super excited to be back there. We had our 575 event there in 2022, so we're looking forward to going back to the Hard Rock. We'll be celebrating our Hall of Fame winner, Dino Yankees, as well as our 3 Alumni Award winners, which include Spencer, in addition to Ryan Elankowski from Meals on Wheels, and also Aaron Protzman with PNW. It's going to be a wonderful evening. In addition to recognizing our outstanding Hall of Fame and alumni inductees, we will be unveiling a South Shore poster. So
excited!
Yeah, so I love right. I love that feeling when you take the black drape and you unveil something. So the artists will be on hand that evening signing posters, and everyone will be able to see the actual painting that evening as well. Awesome. With words from our Chancellor, Chris Holford, and a couple other things. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, and we're going to be celebrating so many of the great achievements that we have collectively made as a university community. If there was anyone that tuned in a few weeks ago, of course, we were talking about the 10th anniversary as a whole, because it really did need its own segment. We could have had 2 segments, really, where our Chief of Staff, Catherine Olson, joined you for the conversation. And kind of like Spencer mentioned, we're expanding student housing opportunities. That's been a community that has grown significantly as well. The academic quality of the university, the impact of our research continues to thrive and expand as well. So there's a lot that we have to be able to look forward to and to share with our audiences during that event.
Yes, and we'll. In a short amount of time, we could spend all day, right, in many shows talking about all the things that have happened at Purdue Northwest the past 10 years. But we'll be consolidating all those wonderful things, and we have a video that we'll show on May 29th, and we'll talk about everything that you just mentioned, as well as the expansion of athletics, and there's so many great things to talk about. So it'll be an evening of celebration.
Absolutely. So like we were saying before, the time passes by really quickly on the PNW Today program. So how about to just go ahead and round us out here. Katie, I always love to be able to tee it up. If there is PNW alum that wants to go ahead and get connected with the university, what are the best ways for them to go ahead and do that?
They can reach out to the alumni office at alumni@pnw.edu. They can reach out to us that way is probably the easiest way, or go to our website and search for alumni. We love to profile our alumni. We love to have them on campus and speak with students. We love to show them some of the improvements that have happened on campus. I love when we bring alumni on campus and we take them through the main zone or the Nils building and some of those facilities that they haven't seen yet. So they're always wowed when we take them on campus. But we enjoy spending that time with our alumni. We also enjoy, with people like Spencer, we want to let our students know some of the achievements that our alumni have had over the years, and that they can aspire to be that. Our students can aspire to be alumni like Spencer and our other alumni award winners.
Yeah, and I'll just just kind of just piggyback off that question. Spencer, what are ways that you like to go ahead and engage with PNW alumni and our up and coming graduates?
Yeah, I think you just touched on one. I had the chance to come in during Alumni Week and speak to a class about a year ago, and very engaged students and interested in the work that we're doing, which is super cool. And I also have the privilege of serving on the alumni board with Katie, and so getting a chance to sort of support in that role as well. But I think there's a number of ways to engage for alumni that are in different spots and doing different things and have different interests. Again, maybe it's on the athletic side and supporting that. On the alumni side, a mentorship or doing mock interviews with the College of Business. I think those are all amazing ways that alumni can get involved and make sure you're returning to students that really want to make a difference in this world.
Absolutely. Well, to go ahead and just close out, I love to be able to shout out website URLs. pnw.edu/hall-of-fame. That's where you can go ahead and find out information and bios on all of our recipients for 2026. Again, a big congratulations to Spencer Summers as our Power Onward Emerging Leader Award recipient. We're very proud of you and all of your accomplishments, and of course your contributions that you continue to make for Northwest Indiana. Like Katie said, your career is just starting. You got a lot of great things ahead of you, and we both know it and believe it.
Thank you.
And just to rehash one more time, pnw.edu/alumni. That's where you can go ahead and go. If you are one of our alumni community members and you want to go ahead and reconnect with the university and see and the many different ways that you can go ahead and contribute back to our students, pnw.edu/alumni. That's where to go. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick transition. We're going to have our lovely colleagues from the PNW Career Center that are going to be joining us in just a few minutes here. So just stick around. We'll be right back.
Ogren Insurance, Hammond's oldest family-owned independent insurance agency, now in its third generation providing clients in the Chicago area with products from quality insurance companies to handle your every need.
Hi,
Regardless of
I'm
driving
Tyler.
history, Ogren Insurance can find the right coverage for you at competitive prices. To learn more about the insurance solutions and services we offer throughout Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, call 219-933-0076 or visit our website, ogreninsurance.com. We're located at 6929 Homan Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. Do business locally with someone you know and trust.
For a fast and friendly car wash, go to Easy Clean Car Wash. Open 7 days a week in 4 convenient locations: Highland, Griffith, Cherville, and Lansing. Free vacuuming, air freshener, and a towel with every wash. It's fast, safe, and gentle. For more information and hours of all our locations, visit myeasyclean.com. Also, see how you can wash your car daily with our $10 Ultimate Wash for only $19.99 per month. Give your car the best clean at Easy Clean Car Wash.
From the gas in your car to the heat in your home and the roads that you drive on, our work powers daily life. We are USW Local 71, the proud men and women of the Whiting Refinery. We're not just refinery workers. We're your friends and neighbors, raising our families here, shopping in the same stores, and cheering in the same stands. USW Local 71, powering the region because we are the region.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
All right, welcome back to the PNW Today program. Again, it is Thursday, February 12th, 2026, and we're ready for our second segment. Always good to be able to have our friends from the PNW Career Center to be able to join us. Always a pleasure, truly. Just to give a quick introduction for the guests that we have to my immediate right. The first time on the PNW Today program, Caitlin Carragher, Senior Career Consultant at the University. Caitlin, how are you feeling being on the program?
I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
And we're excited to have you. So thank you very much for being here on this Thursday morning. And another person who's no stranger to the PNW Today program, Jolynn Stephen, our Director of Career Services. Jolynn, thank you so much for being here on this Thursday.
Thank you.
So we're going to be talking about all things career services. That's one of those things that's, of course, top of mind for our PNW students. They come to the university to go ahead and pursue their different paths of study, and then next steps. Those are important conversations that need to be had during their time while they're here at the university. So how about to go ahead and start out our conversation. Give us a brief overview of what the PNW Career Center is and how you help serve our students.
Yeah, so the Career Center helps students from day one, right? So we can help with tangible things like resume writing, cover letters, LinkedIn. We also help with grad school prep, interviewing, mock interviews, career exploration. That's a big thing that I think a lot of folks don't realize we do. We can help students pick a major, pick a correct career path for them, one that fits. So the whole scope of career we're able to do with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And in your view, why is it that it is important for students to go ahead and have those conversations during their time at the university? Certainly, we don't want them to be waiting until the last minute to be having these conversations. Always good to be able to have that early on, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people think that the Career Center is just for seniors, but as Jolynn was saying, we're here from day one until graduation and even afterwards. And I think a lot of it's just you don't know what you don't know. So, I meet with many of students who are really confident in their career choices and their major, but it's nice to kind of be that second set of eyes on their applications, or just giving that confidence and you are doing everything correctly. You told me you're interested in this thing, and connecting them to employers or people that we're working with. Because, when students are confident, it's nice that we have these resources to say you already have all these steps in place. How can I get you to that next step? And then opposite of that, I think for students who are more a bit worried or they're not really sure how to approach career services, it's nice to just have a check-in once a semester. It doesn't have to be a big hour appointment or anything like that, but just being able to help them understand what are the big industry trends right now. We're meeting with employers every day, so giving them that insider knowledge of this is what employers are looking for, this is what they are expecting from you, how can we prep you to be ready for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when there's students that do come to visit you, what are some frequently asked questions that they might have? And how do you help set them up for success to start out?
Yeah, I guess I can start with this one. So a big part of my role as a senior career consultant, I was doing a lot of the one-on-one appointments. Common questions I get is, what is an internship? And how do I get one? What is that? As you know, our population is really high first gen. So teaching them about how an internship is a great way to get some like hands-on experience with an employer, teaching them about Handshake, one of our online resources. So that's a big question. Or a lot of it is just like, I don't know how to talk about myself. Like, I have a great part-time job. I'm a leader in 3 clubs here, but like I don't know how to tell people about myself. So teaching them like about storytelling and how like you're your own brand and being able to kind of communicate that out to others.
Yeah, that's all really great information that you've been able to help set up here. I really appreciate that. So for both of you, you've served with the PNW Career Center for several years. Tell us about how you came to your roles.
Yeah, so my undergrad was actually in psychology, and then my grad degree was in clinical mental health counseling. So I originally thought I'd be doing more traditional mental health therapy, with different clients, and that was the goal at first. And then I remember I had an internship at Valpo's counseling center, not career, but counseling center, and I remember meeting with a specific student that was a pretty pivotal moment, I would say, for me. She came in with various different, issues, but one thing that she kept bringing up, a theme that kept being brought up, was her career path. She had chosen a major, wasn't sure if it was quite right, didn't feel great about it, was having pressure from the outside, to pick a certain way or go a certain direction. And so we were able to really work through that. I was able to help guide her to pick the best major for her and career path, and that tied into her mental health in a really big way. I didn't quite realize just how important career is in terms of someone's overall well-being, right? So there's research on this, that if you're not happy in your career or not feeling content, it impacts all areas of your life. So I think realizing the importance of career was a big driving factor for me, as well as when I heard about the first career counseling job at PNW, I thought, I had that client. It was good. We tell students all the time, it matters what location you want to work in. It matters the population of people, the workplace culture. All of those things seemed aligned at PNW. So I thought, you know what? I tell my students to take a risk. I'm going to take a risk. And here I am almost 10 years later.
Yeah.
Wow. It's nice to hear other people's stories. Yeah, so for me, similar to Jolyn, you kind of sometimes just stumble into higher education and career services. My bachelor's is in social work, and as part of that program, you're required to do an internship. And as a first-generation college student, I had no idea what an internship was, like I was saying earlier, and how to get one, and I was really nervous. So I ended up taking a class with the Career Center. And through that, I ended up getting an on-campus job in their office, and I loved it. I was helping students review their resumes. I was helping out at career fairs. I was talking with employers, and I was like, this is really awesome. I was more excited to go to work than maybe I was my internship at the time. So I looked at my boss, and I was like, how do I become you? What do I have to do? So I pivoted into higher education and did a graduate assistantship with career services, which, again, just really confirmed what I wanted to do. I think for me, I wanted to advocate for people. I really believe in helping people be financially independent and being involved in something they're passionate about. Going back to the career and stuff really can impact your overall well-being. And so I felt like it was a really easy transition to go from social work into higher education and being able to help students and help people just in maybe a different way I hadn't thought of before.
Yeah. So thank you both for being able to share some really awesome background about your careers and how you came to be serving students at Purdue University Northwest. And I would say that really ties into that student-centric focus that we have at the university. So I love to be able to remind audiences that, and they can look this up, of course, with our strategic plan and really a lot of the language that we have on our PNW website, in the materials that we share with prospective students. We like to meet students where they are. We want to be able to help them with the various resources that we have at our disposal to be able to help them excel, to find themselves, and ultimately progress on to find meaningful careers and generate that impact for not only themselves, but also the communities that they serve. So how would you describe how the PNW Career Center and your roles fit into that mission?
Yeah, so I would say from the second a student walks in our door, we're able to provide individualized support to them. So I think sometimes people think, oh, it's the same thing over and over. And yes, of course, we do resumes with different students, but each student is unique. Each student has, a different set of strengths that we like. That's one of the main things I like to talk to students about is their strengths and how those relate to, what they want to do when they are out. So I think the key for how I think about it, at least, is when you're in high school, they prepare you for college, but the Career Center helps prepare students for life after college, which I think is crucial in terms of their long-term functioning.
Yeah. Caitlin, how about for you?
I would say I feel like Jolyn really nailed a lot of that, and you were even touching on that too, is that our goal is to meet students where they're at. I mean, a lot of our students are, in a sense, maybe non-traditional students. They have families already. They're wanting to start families and navigating that with career, or just their different intersecting identities or these outside forces that impact their career decision making. So really trying to understand what their values are, what their needs are, taking all those things into consideration, and then still helping them make a decision. With kind of individual needs, it's the idea that I want them to walk away with something, that action item to have, or just knowing that if we didn't get to it, you can come back here, this is a safe space for you to kind of vent out the stuff going on right now, and then we can make a plan when you're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of some of those action items, we're going to get into that in just a couple minutes here. But let me just go ahead and tee up a couple questions for both of you here. So as you're advising students on their next steps, you're in touch with the different trends and then the preferences that employers have. How would you, in general, describe what some of the key differences might be for the internship and job search today compared to maybe even just a few years ago, for example? And also speak on how there are a lot of employers that are very interested in PNW graduates.
I think that a big key is online presence. So in the past, LinkedIn wasn't a big thing, right? But now we hear, especially in certain industries, employers want students to have that presence online so they can post, things related to their educational backgrounds, professional identity, and being able to network that way. I think networking probably was always very important, but I'd say it's more so, it's crucial now. Internships in the past were suggested, they should do them, but now I'd almost say it's expected from employers. We hear all the time that the number one thing employers are looking for is previous work experience, after they graduate, but they can't get that unless they do internships while in school. So I would say that's a big part of it.
Got it. Anything that you want to add to, Caitlin?
Yeah, I would say I really agree with the online presence thing. I think that's one of the things I'm passionate about and excited about. Is being able to help students build that online brand. And then with kind of networking, networking online is more popular. I mean, especially after the pandemic too, is that really opened up a lot of employers being able to network with students who maybe aren't able to travel to this area, but has really expanded students being able to network with employers outside of this area, or being able to meet up with them.
Yeah. And your team definitely helps with bridging, or at least helping initiate some of those connections. That's where we're going to be talking about some of these different services that your office provides. Let's go ahead and dive into this. To start out, tell us a little bit more about the one-to-one consulting that your team does with student appointments at the PNW Career Center.
Yeah, I guess I can go ahead and start. So, I mean, when we talked about this a little bit earlier, it really is sitting down with the student, understanding what their goals are for that meeting, and then making up a game plan from there. A lot of it is teaching them about Handshake or online job platform, or understanding if they're going for the internship or full-time opportunity. For exploration, we do have different, I guess we'd say assessments to help them navigate that decision making. So that might happen in an appointment and talking through that, or just going through their documents together and talking about any updates, things like that, learning how to tailor their resumes to what employers are looking for, and kind of teaching them strategies. My goal is that whatever I teach them, that I want them to come back and see me, but that they don't have to, that they feel confident that I taught them enough that they can go and do it on their own. And then I'm hopefully getting the email hey, Caitlin, thanks so much. I did get that internship, or mock interview really changed how I thought about questions. Can't wait to tell you how my summer went. So I guess that's my perspective.
Yeah. And I would say that I work a lot with the career exploration students, as Caitlin mentioned. And I would say, so for me, if a student comes in with questions about that, changing their major, what career path, I'll usually start with an intake. So asking a lot of questions about their background, do they know their strengths? Do they know their interests? Do they know what areas they need to work on, right? And a lot of students, when they come in, I realize they often know what they're not good at, but so many of them, I'll ask them, well, what do you think a strength of yours is? And they'll just look at me because they've never really thought about it, right? So it takes time and energy to become self-aware, and I think our office is also able to help with that part of their exploration.
Yeah. And so through these different meetings, of course, you're helping them find insights about themselves, what they're interested in, and to learn a bit about, hey, you are doing a good job. Mm-hmm. Take some pride in this and put that forward when you're networking or when you're in the middle of your next interview. And so we were talking about networking opportunities. So your office helps facilitate some great events throughout the academic year. Coming up soon, we've got the Spring Career Expo. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that. But there's also sometimes some more discipline-specific functions that your team will help organize. So like the PNW College of Nursing has a meet and greet that is coming up. So tell us the difference and the outlooks for both of those events.
So the Career Spring Expo, as you brought up, we have one every semester. In the fall, we have an all majors career expo and a STEM specific fair, but in the spring, we have just that all majors fair. So that's where we gather, anywhere from 50 to 80 employers that come on campus, just a range, depends each semester. And what's really cool about that event is, of course, students are able to research the employers ahead of time, go around and talk to those that maybe fit with what they're looking for. But we get countless students that tell us, they received an internship offer or a job offer right on the spot because of this, or at the very least an interview. And so I really think, that event is crucial for students, even if it's just practicing networking, coming, meeting folks, because maybe they're not looking for an internship for another year, but employers remember them. And so that networking piece, it's really important. And then, as you mentioned, the nursing events next week, the nursing meet and greet, we work with a senior level transitions course, and we invite, local healthcare, and not just local, but across the country, we've had folks come, healthcare facilities, and they're meeting with these senior nursing students. We provide lunch for them. We do kind of a speed networking event, and then we give them time to go around and look at the company's swag. So it's a fun event. It's something different that we do.
Yeah. And also, here's another great action item that your team does, and it's a good point of pride whenever we have recaps on different things that institutional advancement has accomplished during the academic year, but classroom appointments and presentations. It seems like that's increasing every single year that your team is having great opportunities to be able to schedule with and meet with students. As instructors, schedule your team to expand about the career services and how students can connect with you. So tell us a little bit about that, where it's not just that students, they can certainly come to you at the Career Center, but your team is also going out around on campus too.
Yeah. With I really enjoy classroom presentations. I think it's fun to be in the classroom. It's something a little bit different. What I am just really grateful for the faculty and staff that support us in being able to do that. I mean, we've kind of been talking about this pattern that, students can be nervous to come to the Career Center. They're not sure what to expect. So us being able to go into a classroom, talk about our office, what we can offer. I mean, we're even teaching about resumes, we're teaching about negotiation, we're teaching about interviewing in these classroom experiences, and sometimes that's the thing that gets the student just a little bit less nervous to meet with us. So I am really grateful for faculty and staff who make it a priority every semester to have us come there. Like, we have our really great partners on campus who every single semester I know I'm going to get an email from this person, and I'm already getting that ready to be in our schedule. And so it's a really great opportunity, and I'm really grateful that we have such great partners and that students seem to enjoy maybe a different thing in their class that day, and will usually come up to us and ask us questions and stuff.
Yeah. And if you have an employer that is interested in engaging with your team, What does that process look like?
We try to make it as simple as possible for them. So as Caitlin mentioned earlier, we're meeting with employers all the time, or having employers reach out via phone, via email, asking us for how to recruit, at PNW. So we use an online job board platform that we call Handshake, and very simple. So on our website, there's step-by-step directions that they can access. I often send those out. We send those directions out to employers. That's kind of step one. We have to have a way to track who we're working with, right? Making sure that it's a legitimate company. Our number one goal is to make sure students are safe when they're going out. So I would say that's a big thing first, because then employers can post directly their internship descriptions, their job descriptions, and students submit their resumes straight through Handshake. So it's a great kind of all-around platform. But beyond that, we invite employers to campus all of the time to do information sessions. As you mentioned earlier, the events that we do. We just had NiSource on campus yesterday doing a resume review for students, and it was so cool. It was well attended. Students were very excited to have an employer looking at their resumes. So not only have we reviewed it, now they're having some outside figure who could potentially hire them look at their resume. So I really think the events that we host and just small things like the resume review are huge for our employers.
Absolutely. And I always love to be able to shout out website URLs, pnw.edu/career-center. If I neglected to mention that a little earlier on, that's my mistake. But that's an important URL for anyone to be able to go to, whether you're a student at PNW or an employer, and you want to be able to connect with the PNW Career Center team. Again, pnw.edu/career-center. That's a great way to go ahead and start. And Caitlin briefly touched on this, but if you are a PNW alum, you can still take advantage of the Career Center services. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think that's something really awesome that PNW does that maybe not all institutions are able to do, is that we are a lifetime service. I help students, right after graduation, and I think that gives them a little bit of ease that, it's okay if we didn't help you right by that graduation date. You can see me the week after graduation if you want. And then we've also seen alumni come in who are in career transitions. They've been away from PNW for maybe 5 to 10 years. They've had a successful career, but they want to do something else, or they want to move up in that career and need advice. So I've really helped people throughout their whole journey. And so it is nice to be able to still provide that support. Keeps me on my toes, keeps me up to date on all the industries too.
Yeah. And there was at least one more aspect that I wanted to be able to highlight. The Career Closet is also a really great resource that your team offers. So tell us a little bit about how you help support students through that resource as well.
So, the Career Closet, professional clothing closet is fantastic. So we take donations all of the time, we get a lot actually from the public when they hear about it. So many folks, have these professional clothing, they don't know what to do with it, and they really want to provide it for students in need. So, of course, we have really hardworking, resilient students, and some, from different socioeconomic backgrounds. So I think providing this for students across the board is so helpful. So we'll have them come in. We do our best to help them if they're looking for a blazer or a pair of pants or whatever it is they're looking for. So they're able to look through that closet and take basically, a full outfit, shoes, even a belt, whatever it is that they need, and then they get to keep that clothing. They don't even have to bring it back. So it's something they can use for interviews, career fairs, other events like that. So it's really a great resource.
Yeah. And so if there is a community member, whether that's our PNW campus community members or those outside who want to be able to come and make a visit, where can they go ahead and find you at our campuses?
SULB 349, and then it's Tech 157 in Westville. So we're in Hammond a lot. So as long as they reach out to us directly to our office, we can accommodate, either campus and taking donations.
Excellent. Well, we're going to be bringing this in for a landing here. Like we said, time flies very fast on the PNW Today program. So to just go ahead and round out our discussion, just one more time, what are some of the overarching pieces of advice that you would want to be able to give to a PNW student for why it's important to, really at any time of their academic career, to go ahead and pay a visit to the PNW Career Center?
I'll start. So my advice is usually get involved early. And that's just anything on campus or off campus. just so it makes it a lot easier when I do meet with you to kind of help navigate all those things that you're doing. So like I said, check in once a semester. Let's see how you're doing. Do you feel like you're in enough projects? Do you feel like you're doing enough part-time work? So like I said, just getting involved early.
Yeah.
To back that up, I would say this is maybe a little bit different take, but it was essentially mentioned earlier, but really helping students build their confidence. So, as when a student comes in, even if they're feeling a little bit better about themselves or a little bit better about the job search after they leave, I think that that's something that is invaluable, honestly, for their experience at PNW. So I'd say that for me is a big one. And then I also mentioned the strengths thing earlier. I know I keep saying strengths, but honestly, it's so cool to see students light up when they realize, what they're good at. It's something I think we both really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. I can even remember, and this might be like a little internal, but I remember when your team facilitated a Clifton Strengths exercise for our institutional advancement team members, and that was able to help kind of highlight, hey, here's some of these traits and these qualities that you bring to the table, and I do have my printout. I keep it in my office, so it is there. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this segment and the PNW Today program for February 12th, 2026. A big thank you to Caitlin Carragher and Jolyn Stephen for joining us on the program today. And just to rehash, if you're a PNW student and you want to get some excellent help, and I will absolutely toot the horns for both of you. And of course, also shouting out Zach Jones. Of course, can't forget Zach. But the PNW Career Center team as a whole is a wonderful resource for our students to be able to take advantage of. The team is going to help you out big time, again, with all of these different resources and action items that they do throughout the academic year. We're very appreciative of all the great work that you do for our students. And lastly, pnw.edu/career-center. That's where you can go to find out more information. So, all right, we are going to go ahead and close out the program here. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And I apologize that I've neglected to shout out, but hey, Adriana Alvarez, always holding it down for us very well, one of our communication and creative arts students. Thank you, as always, for your great work in producing the show for us. So we will see you next time for the PNW Today program, and then be sure to tune again next week. Rick Costello, he's going to be on the air sharing all the great news from PNW Athletics. So until then, take care. We'll see you next time.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.